Hey everybody, Coach Duality here with episode 3, working with Disparity. Let's go ahead and get this started. That's a nice pop initially, but you're not rotating off of the ball quickly enough, so Calomac should be going for that, and you wants to be following up from behind, rotating onto the offensive parts of the rotation, and you should be rotating wide around. I don't know why Yu's going all the way back there. He's not thinking about how he can follow up the play as a team. And here you're going a little bit too far forward too quickly. So rotate wide from this hit, get in net, and just use a power slide drift to turn around and face that. Don't let yourself remain horizontal like that. Just power slide till you're facing forward and you'll be able to react to that and play it a lot smoother. Let's see what happened here. Try to think about why. Okay, so at this point, Disparity already needs to be up, but he just did his jump at that time, so he's not getting up as quick as possible. If he sort of takes some time to read what's going on in the play as he's moving up, he would understand that he would need to get up a little bit earlier there. So Wiffles is going to be touching that. It's probably pretty high. He knows at this point, so as one spot in the rotation, he needs to be sure that he's getting up there to play that. So his car is tilted too far towards the net when he jumps, so like his second jump isn't pushing his car up as much as it should be, or it would be if he was pointing upward. Calomac should be playing that. Calamac's hesitating too much in the rotation there. Calamac's already in a spot to play that, so you want to be rotating wide around into back post and letting Calomac push up into that. Even at this point, like, he should not be going off or basically even thinking about it. It's your job to look at it and use your time to follow up the play as the third man, but he wants to make sure that he's getting there as quick as possible. And this isn't really necessary to be going for that. You're not going to be making a good touch on the ball. Like, you know, you do, but Calomac isn't ready to follow it up from there. If he turned around, then he could have played it. So it's not exactly 100% your fault. But Calomac's ready to just be rotating back and let UJuice play it, and you're cutting it across field, and I think UJuice is pretty far back here. So you go across at that, and they're left back there, and you're really far up the pitch to play it from there. So if you went back right away immediately, you would have had a chance at saving that. Calamac's rotating a little bit too tight here again. So he's going out of the play there. UJuice is next to play it, and then it would be you based off of your positioning here. Like, as he's looking at you and seeing that you're going back towards the net there, he wants to be making sure that he's covering wide around you, so you're all covering as much space as possible. It looks like you might not have been able to get to that. So in that case, Calomac is just cutting around way too wide and slow here. He needs to make sure that he's just getting his car in the air earlier. That's the only way he's going to be able to save that. Good job rotating back there. Good push from Calomac. It's a really nice pass. UJuice should have been there. It's a good touch off backboard. Calomac almost able to follow that up. So with this aerial, as I said a little bit ago, your second jump, you do that when you're still facing forward here. make sure that you're tilting your car up before you do that, and you'll get a lot more height a lot quicker. You're sort of wasting a lot of that upward momentum that you could be gaining from doing that. So by doing both of your jumps so quickly with your car pointing forward, you're not getting high as quick as you should be. And if you did, you would have been higher on that ball and you would have dunked it over him. Kalamak needs to be getting up for that earlier. There's someone behind him. Juice is there. He needs to beat Bumney to that ball in the air. Because if Bumney beats him to that, it's going to be a lot harder for him to save, and you see him just panic. When it's that close to your net, a lot of times you just have to predict it and get there. A little bit too far under the ball when you're going up there. You basically never want to be going for an aerial when you're directly under the ball. Only in some certain more advanced situations would you want to do that, but generally it's a bad habit to be going for the ball when you're under it. Especially in threes, when you have more people on the field who probably have a better line than you. Making a little bit too wide of a turn there. That's going to be bouncing pretty far off the wall, so you need to make sure that you're playing where that ball is going to be going. In general, it's good to be playing a little bit more around midfield to react to things. When you commit to the wall side like that, there's a lot less plays that you're able to make, an area of the pitch that you're able to cover. Your turn is a little too wide there. Like, practice how long you need to be driving, like, over that boost. When you're going for the pad like that, use your power slide as you pass over it, and just, like, sort of drift right into the edge of the boost pad, and you'll be able to turn onto that quicker. You're a little bit too slow to rotate onto the ball there. And here you're rotating to direct on again. So think what I said about rotating wide back around. You're rotating into where the ball is going. You want to rotate like pretty far wide here, because Kalamak's going to be playing the ball, and then you should be, well, you Juice, not you. And you want to be making sure that you're giving both of them confidence to keep pushing up on it after each other and playing where they can't. So you Juice can still get to it, but you're going up under it without looking at him, so you're both double committing there. Good job not committing for that. Okay, here I think you need to be up earlier. Well, even more than that, this is more so just the fact that your car is pointing forward too long. If you look at this, you're jumping up and you're boosting. But because your car is pointing forward, all of that momentum and force from that jump and boost is just pushing your car forward, and you need to think about the height that you should be getting on this. So again, you need to make sure that you're pointing your car upwards more when you're going for those shots. Your forward momentum is throwing your line off, and you're finding yourself under the ball too often. That's a pretty risky overcommitment. I'm going to look at this from Kalamak's point of view. So, he's the last one in net, so he wants to make sure that he's a little bit farther back here and just waiting till both of you commit to that, or like decide what you're doing. So here he's too quick to go up for that and throws himself over Disparity. So if that touch was worse, that's a pretty dangerous overcommitment. Unless he was called on the ball. I can't hear communication here, so this stuff does vary, but nice shot from Kalamak. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get to that from where you are. I think you basically just want to start rotating back, let someone else play the ball. Even though you get some height, it's still a pretty slow aerial, but you're too far under the ball to reach that in the first place with regards to how close Bumney is. Good attempt at a challenge there. At least you're not giving him a free shot back. So Kalamek should be playing that. I don't know why you're dodging here. I think you, unless you were trying to get him in the air. That's pretty nice, but... Oh, what is Kalamek doing there? Again, Kalamek's a little too anxious to get up from behind. Understand what you should be doing is your spot in the rotation. Kalamek's 3 there needs to be making sure that he's sitting back before he goes up. Try to just let one person be aggressively attacking the ball at one time and just get yourself ready to follow them. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this. Glad you stuck through all 3 episodes here with me. Leave a like if this helped you out at all, and I'll be seeing you guys around. Thanks.